Have you ever stepped out of the shower, put on fresh clothes, and still thought to yourself, why do I still smell a little off? You're clean. You've bathed. You've used soap. You're doing everything right, just like you've always done. And yet that fresh feeling fades faster than it used to. It's not strong. Maybe no one else even notices, but you do. And that quiet doubt starts to creep in. Is it my skin? My clothes? Is this just part of aging? Here's something important to know. You are not doing anything wrong. In fact, this is something millions of older adults experience, and almost no one talks about. As we get older, our bodies go through natural changes. Our skin gets thinner. It holds moisture differently. Our flexibility changes, which means we might not be reaching the same spots when we bathe. And our sweat, not just how much we sweat, but how it smells, can change too. So yes, you might be bathing regularly. You might have a drawer full of clean towels and bars of soap. And still, somehow, it doesn't feel like enough. But here's the good news. You're not stuck with this. This isn't permanent, and it doesn't require expensive products or complicated routines. Most of the time, it's just about a few small, surprisingly common bathing mistakes. Things no one taught us to watch out for. Today, we're going to walk through 7 of those mistakes, gently and honestly. Because when you know what they are, you can change them. And when you change them, you start to feel fresher, cleaner, and more confident in your body again. Let's begin. Let's pause here for a moment. This isn't just a video about hygiene. It's not just a list of tips or a set of routines. This is about something deeper, how you feel in your own skin. Because for many older adults, bathing isn't just a physical task, it's emotional. You've spent a lifetime taking care of yourself, your family, your home. You know what clean means. You know how to take care of your body. So when something feels off, when odor lingers, even after you bathe, it can feel confusing, frustrating, even embarrassing. And that's the part we don't talk about enough. No one teaches us how our hygiene needs change with age. No one explains that the routines that worked when we were 30 or 50 may not be enough when we're 70 or 80. Our bodies shift in quiet ways. Skin gets thinner. Sweat glands behave differently. The way our bodies produce natural oils changes. We lose flexibility in our shoulders and arms, making it harder to reach certain areas. And sometimes we just forget to adjust because we've been doing it the same way for decades. But here's the truth. This isn't about failure. It's about adaptation. And adaptation is a sign of strength, not weakness. Once you understand why these changes happen, it stops feeling like a personal flaw. You stop wondering, what's wrong with me? And you start realizing, nothing is wrong. I just need to care for my body a little differently now. That's why this conversation matters. Because when you feel clean, you feel confident. When you feel confident, you move differently. You speak with more ease. You smile more. And yes, it all starts with something as simple as how you bathe. You deserve to feel good in your body. Not just clean, but comfortable, fresh, and proud. And that begins by knowing what your body truly needs now, at this stage of life. So let's take a look, together, at the 7 small bathing mistakes that might be getting in your way. Mistake number 1, not cleaning the invisible spots. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked and most impactful mistakes. We all have a basic routine when it comes to bathing. We wash our underarms, our feet, our private areas. These are the places we've been told to focus on since we were children. And most of us stick to that same routine, day after day, decade after decade. But as we age, certain areas of the body start to behave differently. They trap more oil, shed more skin cells, and hold on to moisture in ways they didn't before. And the areas that often get missed, they're the ones we don't see and rarely think about. Let's talk about them. Behind the ears. This area, especially the crease where the ear connects to the scalp, is a hot spot for trapped oil, sweat, and skin. We might rinse over it with water, but we often forget to scrub it gently with a cloth or our fingers. Over time, that buildup creates a faint but persistent odor. It's subtle, but it's there. The back of the neck, right at the hairline. This is where sweat collects when you sit, lie down, or rest your head. It's also a place we rarely look at or touch unless we're getting a haircut. Yet it can trap oils and bacteria just as much as your underarms. The belly button. Yes, even here. It might sound silly, but this small little nook is perfect for collecting lint, moisture, and dead skin. And because it's out of sight, it's easy to forget. But when not cleaned, it becomes a source of odor that lingers longer than you'd expect. The truth is, these invisible spots aren't dirty. They're just easy to overlook. But once you start gently including them in your daily or weekly bathing routine, you'll likely notice something remarkable. Your body feels fresher, longer. It's a small change, but it creates a powerful shift in how you feel throughout the day. Because when you know better, you care better. And your body deserves that level of attention, especially now. Mistake number 2, relying on water to wash your feet. This one might surprise you, because it's something most of us have done for years. You stand in the shower, warm water flows from head to toe, and when it reaches your feet, you think, that should be enough, right? But here's the truth. Water alone isn't washing your feet. It's just rinsing them. And that gentle rinse, while it may feel nice, doesn't remove the things that cause odor. Sweat, dead skin, oil, and, most importantly, bacteria that hide between the toes. As we age, our skin becomes softer, more delicate. But it also becomes more prone to moisture retention, especially in tight or low airflow areas. And the feet, tucked away in socks, slippers, or shoes for most of the day, are a perfect example. The space between the toes is especially vulnerable. It's warm, it's dark, and if it stays damp, even just a little, it becomes the ideal place for bacteria and fungus to grow. Even if your feet look clean, these microscopic guests can be the reason for a faint smell you just can't seem to get rid of. So what can you do? First, sit down safely in the shower or bath if needed. Use a washcloth, soft sponge, or even a gentle brush. Don't scrub hard, just be intentional. Wash between the toes, under the nails, around the heel, and the ball of your foot. Give each foot the same attention you'd give your hands or face. Then dry them well. Not just the tops, but between the toes, where moisture likes to hide. Take your time. Pat gently, don't rush, because feet that are cleaned but left damp can undo all your hard work. The goal isn't just to smell fresh, it's to feel confident when you put on your socks, your slippers, your shoes. It's knowing your feet are clean, not just from water, but from real care. It's a small act, but it gives you back something bigger, your comfort. And comfort, at this stage of life, is priceless. Mistake number 3, reusing the same towel for too long. Here's something most of us never question because it feels harmless. You step out of the shower, reach for your towel, and dry off. You hang it neatly, maybe over a rack, maybe on a hook behind the door. And tomorrow, you use it again. After all, you were clean when you used it. So how dirty could it be? Here's the surprising truth. Even a towel used by a clean body can become a source of odor over time. Why? Because towels do more than dry us off. They absorb moisture, body oils, and even dead skin cells every time we use them. And moisture, especially in warm bathrooms, creates the perfect environment for bacteria to grow. That bacteria may not be visible, but over a few days, it can lead to a faint, musty smell. Worse, when you reuse that same towel, you may actually be pressing yesterday's bacteria back onto freshly washed skin. This is especially important for older adults, whose skin is thinner, more sensitive, and more prone to irritation or infection. So how long should a towel last? Ideally, no more than 2 to 3 uses. And between uses, it needs to be completely dry. Not just not dripping, but fully aired out. Hang it flat, spread it wide. Avoid balled up, damp towels on the hook. And when it's time to wash, use hot water and, if possible, a small splash of white vinegar in the rinse cycle. Vinegar helps break down oils and kill lingering bacteria, naturally and gently. The same goes for washcloths and loofahs. They touch the most personal areas of your body, and when reused too often without proper washing, they can undo the very cleanliness you're working so hard for. So the next time you hang up your towel, pause and ask, is it time for a fresh one? It's a small habit change, but it's one that protects your skin, boosts your hygiene, and helps you feel truly clean, not just right after bathing, but all day long. Because fresh skin deserves a fresh towel, every time. Mistake number 4, using soaps that are too harsh. Let's talk about something that's sitting in almost every bathroom. A bar of soap, a bottle of body wash, the kind we've used for years, maybe even decades. It smells nice, it lathers well, and it leaves you feeling squeaky clean. But here's the hidden problem. That squeaky clean feeling may actually be doing your skin more harm than good. As we age, our skin changes. It becomes thinner, drier, and more delicate. It doesn't produce the same amount of natural oil it once did, which means it needs more protection, not less. And many commercial soaps, especially the ones that bubble up the most or smell the strongest, are packed with detergents, alcohols, and heavy fragrances. They strip away not just dirt, but the skin's natural moisture barrier. The result? Skin that feels tight, itchy, irritated, and ironically, more prone to odor. Why? Because when the skin barrier is damaged, it becomes a breeding ground for bacteria. Even worse, dry skin tends to flake more, and those flakes feed the very microbes that cause that subtle, lingering scent. So what should you use instead? Look for gentle, fragrance-free cleansers. Products labeled for sensitive skin or moisturizing body wash are usually a good start. Ingredients like aloe vera, colloidal oatmeal, or glycerin help cleanse the skin without stripping it. And remember, you don't need a lot of lather to be clean. In fact, less foam often means a product is gentler. After bathing, always moisturize. A light, unscented lotion can help restore what your skin needs to stay healthy and soft. Apply it when your skin is still slightly damp to lock in hydration. Think of it this way. You've cared for your skin through a lifetime. Now it's asking you for a little extra kindness. Not fancy, not expensive, just gentle. Because when your skin feels calm, it looks better, smells fresher, and supports your confidence in ways that truly matter. Harsh soap doesn't equal better hygiene. Kindness does. Mistake number 5, skipping your back. Here's a question we don't ask often enough. When was the last time you really cleaned your back? Not splashed water over it, not gave it a quick rub with your hands, but truly washed it, top to bottom, corner to corner. For many of us, the answer is, we don't quite remember, and that's completely understandable. As we age, mobility changes. Shoulders get stiffer, arms don't reach quite as far, twisting becomes uncomfortable or even risky. And so, without even realizing it, we begin to skip the back during our showers. But here's the thing. Your back is one of the largest surfaces on your body, and it's a place where sweat, oil, dead skin, and bacteria all come together, especially if you sit for long periods, recline in a chair, or wear layered clothing. Over time, if not properly washed, the back can develop a faint musty or sour odor. It's not overpowering, but it can make you feel less than fresh. So what's the solution? You don't need acrobatics, you just need the right tool. A long-handled sponge, a soft bristled back brush, or even a washcloth tied to a towel bar can help you reach every part of your back without strain. Use warm water and a gentle soap. Make slow, sweeping motions from top to bottom. Focus especially around the shoulder blades, lower back, and along the spine. And just as important, dry your back completely afterward. If needed, use the same long-handled tool to help pat it dry. Because moisture left behind can lead to irritation or odor. Even after a clean wash, caring for your back isn't just about hygiene. It's about comfort, dignity, pride, that light, clean feeling when you dress in the morning and know every inch of you is fresh. So the next time you step into the shower, remember this. Your back deserves attention too. And with just a few small adjustments, it's easier than you think. Because no part of you is out of reach when it comes to self-care. Mistake number 6, forgetting to dry skin folds. There's something most people forget, not just once, but almost every time they bathe. It's not about what you wash, it's about what you dry. Because even after a thorough shower, one of the most common mistakes is leaving moisture behind in skin folds. And when that happens, odor often follows. Not because you're unclean, but because bacteria love moisture. As we age, the body naturally changes. Skin becomes softer, looser, and areas like under the breast, beneath the belly, between the thighs, or under the arms may form gentle folds. These folds are warm, protected, and out of sight, and that makes them the perfect environment for trapped sweat, oils, and bacteria, even after a clean shower. If these areas aren't dried completely, they stay damp, and day after day, that hidden moisture leads to musty smells, itching, and sometimes even skin irritation or rashes. So what can you do? Take your time after every bath or shower. Use a clean, soft towel and gently pat dry, don't rub, inside every fold. Lift the skin if needed. Reach under, behind, and between. This step takes just a minute or two, but it can make a world of difference. And if you tend to sweat more in those areas, or live in a humid climate, consider using a light, unscented body powder afterward. Cornstarch-based powders work well and help keep skin dry and comfortable without causing irritation. For women, the area under the breasts is especially important. Bras can trap heat, and if they're not fully dry or changed daily, they can hold in moisture longer than we realize. A clean, dry cloth beneath the bra line before dressing can help too. Here's the key message. Clean is only half the equation, dry is the other half. Because freshness isn't just about removing dirt, it's about preventing what grows in damp places. You deserve to feel confident all day long. And sometimes that confidence starts in the quietest places, where no one sees but you feel the difference. Mistake number 7, bathing without presence. There's a quiet mistake many of us make, and we don't even realize it. It's not about what we clean, it's about how we show up when we clean ourselves. We step into the shower or sit at the sink, we go through the motions. Washington rinse, dry, we get it done, and move on. But something important is missing. Presence. Bathing isn't just a physical task, it's a chance to reconnect with your body, your breath, your sense of self. When we rush through it, distracted or impatient, we miss the opportunity to notice what our body's asking for. Maybe the skin is drier than usual. Maybe there's a new sore spot that needs attention. Maybe you just need to slow down and be kind to yourself. Especially in later life, bathing can become more difficult. We might feel tired or lonely or unmotivated because no one's coming to visit that day. And the thought creeps in, why bother? But here's the truth. You're not bathing for others. You're bathing for you, for your comfort, for your confidence, for your dignity. When you turn bathing into an act of care, not just a chore, you begin to reclaim something powerful. Light a candle, play soft music, use a washcloth that feels gentle on your skin. Take your time, massage your scalp. Thank your legs for carrying you. This isn't just hygiene, it's healing. Presence transforms bathing from a routine into a ritual, and that ritual can bring peace, clarity, and even joy. Because your body, no matter its shape, age, or condition, deserves to be treated with tenderness and respect. Not just cleaned, but cherished. So tomorrow, when it's time to bathe again, try this. Be fully there. No rushing, no autopilot, just you, caring for the body that's carried you through a lifetime. That's not just good hygiene, that's love. Let's pause for a moment, not to feel shame, but to reframe. If you've made one or even all of these mistakes, you're not alone. And you haven't failed. In fact, you've been doing your best with the knowledge you had. The truth is, nobody ever teaches us how to bathe as our bodies age. They don't tell us that the skin changes, that certain spots need more care, that what worked at 40 or 50 might not be enough at 70 or 80. So today we shift the perspective. These aren't mistakes to be embarrassed about. They're simply missed opportunities for self-care. And the beauty is, you can start fresh anytime. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. And from that awareness comes power. The power to feel clean, fresh, and confident in your own skin again. Because let's be honest, when your body feels cared for, everything changes. You carry yourself differently. You speak with more ease. You smile more, not because of how others see you, but because of how you feel inside. So today, let this be your reminder. You are not invisible. You are not broken. And you are certainly not less than because your body needs a bit more care now. That care is not a burden, it's a form of love. A love that says, I'm still here, I still matter, and I deserve to feel good in my body every single day. So don't be afraid to take a little more time in the shower, to use the soft cloth, to dry every fold, to choose the gentler soap, to swap out the towel a little sooner. These are not small things, they are quiet acts of dignity, and dignity at this stage of life is everything. So no more rushing, no more brushing off how you feel. Your body is still your home, and it deserves your care just as much today as it ever did. Because the more you honor yourself, the more powerful you become. If you've made it this far, take a moment to recognize something important. You showed up for yourself today. You took the time to learn, not just about hygiene, but about how to care for your body in a deeper, more intentional way. That's powerful. That's something to be proud of. Because this isn't just about staying clean. It's about staying confident. It's about walking into the world with your head held high, knowing you've done the little things that make a big difference. And that kind of self-respect, it's contagious. Others see it, they feel it, and most importantly, you feel it. So here's your next step. If this video spoke to you, click like. It helps more seniors find this message. People who may be struggling with the same quiet discomfort and not know why. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe. Because we're building something here. Not just a channel, but a community where older adults are seen, heard, and empowered with knowledge that's practical, compassionate, and never sugar-coated. Each week, we share tools, tips, and quiet truths that help you navigate aging with strength, grace, and dignity. And we do it all with one goal in mind, to help you feel good in your body and your life. And finally, if there's someone in your life who might benefit from this video, share it. You never know whose confidence you might restore with a simple message of care. Because feeling fresh, clean, and empowered shouldn't be a luxury. It should be normal, it should be expected, and it should be shared. So thank you for being here, for listening, and for choosing to take care of yourself in a way that truly honors who you are. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll explore simple habits that keep your mind just as sharp as your hygiene. Until then, stay well, stay proud, and remember, you are worth every gentle moment of care.